All right, welcome everybody. We are so excited to have you here on this call tonight. We are incredibly passionate about Plexus. I don't think you'll find a more passionate group of people in the world, actually. Again, my name is Brooke Hemingway. I am a former ICU nurse. I'm a mom of 6 kids, and I am proudly going to turn 40 fun next month. I will be 41 years old, and I have never felt better in my life. I started these products about 3 years ago, extremely skeptical about them because my background is in health and fitness. I've been a fitness instructor for almost 21 years. I was a personal trainer for many years. I have my degree in kinesiology. I know all the things about health. And I thought that if you exercised and ate right, you didn't need supplementation. I thought it was just expensive pee. But the fact is, I was really struggling. I was struggling a ton with my energy. I was struggling with my mood, having bursts of anxiety, struggling with postpartum blues after my babies, wanting Diet Coke all the time, having sugar cravings and carb cravings, and really feeling like I had to over exercise to compensate for the things that I loved. I know a lot of people can relate to that. And you can only get away with that so long. I think you can get away with that in your 20s, but you reach your 30s, closer to your 40s, and things start to change. And I knew if I didn't do something different, that nothing in my life was going to change. In fact, we all know that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, I had been working out 5 to 6 days a week. I'd been doing all the things that you were supposed to do to be healthy, and I was struggling with those things that I talked about, but also bloating, headaches, trouble sleeping. I really didn't feel as good as everybody thought I looked. And so I started these products simply for the products. You're going to hear a lot of stories tonight from other people that started just for the products. They weren't looking for a business opportunity. Most people don't wake up and say, I'm going to be a network marketer. That's what I want to do with my life. But those of us that have found network marketing and found a product that we can attach ourselves to that changes lives, that's not just a cute thing or something that's fun or something that's nice, but a product that actually changes lives, we just take off with the business. And we're here tonight to share our stories of not really so much the products. We're going to tell you a little bit about our health stories, but really about the business and how that has transformed our lives. So you know my health story, but what you also need to know about me is that I was somebody that didn't need extra work. I was somebody that didn't need another job. I had 5 kids at the time. The youngest was 6 weeks old, and I had homeschooled my kids on and off. So adding another thing to my plate was not on my radar. At the time, my husband, who is an ER physician, was working 80 to 90 hours a week. And so in many ways, I felt like a single mom. I put the kids to bed. I got them up in the morning. I cleaned the house. I did all the things pretty much by myself because he was at work almost all the time. We had the lifestyle in that we had the money, but we had no time freedom together as a family. And we had been doing this for 18 years. My husband and I will celebrate our 21st anniversary next month as well. And so 18 years of that, med school, residency, having all these babies, I was done. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that. Maybe you have a spouse that works a couple of jobs, or you work and they work, and you just pass each other in the night, and you don't have that quality of life. You don't have that free time. You are just punching the clock and not living the life that you want to live. That was our story. And so I quickly fell in love with the products, and I very quickly started to share. I shared within about the first week. And I went what's called silver, which means I got my products paid for. So really from my very first month, I've never paid for my products. I have loved them since I began. And within the first month, I realized I had something on my hands that could change so many people's lives. I knew that I was going to be able to help people with these products. At the time, I didn't even really think about it as being a solution to our lifestyle. But thankfully, I had an amazing friend that introduced me to Plexus, and she just nudged me along. So if you have a friend that invited you here and they are nudging you along, it's because they love you and they know that we have something really special. And so she nudged me along to the point where I had 5 people, then 10 people, then 20 people. And I had reached the rank of gold. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm making about $700 to $1,000 a month, having about 20 people under me. How many of you guys could benefit from $700 to $1,000 a month? I think a lot of people could really benefit from that. For me, with a lot of kids, that's like piano lessons and swimming lessons and all those things and some fun money. I'm always somebody that wanted to contribute financially. Even though my husband made good money, I wanted to feel like I was contributing financially. And so I got those 20 people. I decided to do a little training on the products and on the business. And I started to see a bigger vision for what Plexus could do for our family. I started to think about the long hours that my husband was working. He was already 42 at the time. Guys, when you get into your 40s and you're working 80 to 90 hours a week, you start to think about the quality of your life. And I thought, I cannot have him do this another year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. I had this vision of our kids growing up and not even really knowing their dad, not having a relationship with their father, and that broke my heart. And that was my reason why I really jumped in full force. Is I wanted to help people. I love the products, but I really loved my husband and I really loved my family, and I wanted us to have a different way of life. And so I decided to do this business. So now 3.5 years into working my business, I am now what's called a double diamond in the company. I've gone to the top of the company not once, but twice. I out-earn my husband by more than 2 times. I make more than any brain surgeon or heart surgeon or any type of doctor out there that I know through sharing health and happiness. Guys, we are a part of the solution, not the problem. We have something that changes people's lives from the inside out. We have a product that is irrelevant, that anybody can benefit from, whether they're 2 years old or 92 years old. And so I took that and I ran with it. Now, I have been super ambitious in my desires to help people and to create a different way of life and to show people what's possible. Maybe that type of a business is not attractive to you. Maybe that type of a business super overwhelms you. I get it. That doesn't have to be your story. You might be someone here that's like, hey, I would just like to have my products paid for because I love them, or I just want to make $500 a month. Is that pretty simple? Yes, it is. My very first paycheck with Plexus was $493. So about that $500 mark. And it is very simple in Plexus to make that $500 mark. But here in our organization, we have dozens and dozens and dozens of people making between $500 and $5,000 a month. And that is life-changing money. And so I'm really excited to open this up to one of my dear friends, Laura Sutton. She's an incredible woman. She's a mom of not 6 kids like me, but 10 kids. If you don't think you have time to work a business, she probably will put you to shame, and she's going to share why she loves Plexus and what this business has done for her.
Oh, you already unmuted me. Hello.
Hang on, Laura. I can't hear you. Just a minute.
I muted myself again. No
Okay.
worries. I'm just hoping like someone doesn't come crashing through the door. Could happen. So like Brooke said, I'm Laura Sutton. I am a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I'm a mama of 10. My oldest is 14 down to my baby who is 1, and I have been on these products for about 2 years. When I started Plexus, I was really just looking to get off my Diet Coke habits and be able to get out of bed in the morning and maybe lose a few pounds. I had no idea how life-changing these products would be for me. Within about my 2-month mark, my crippling anxiety that I didn't realize crept into every part of my life as a mom was all but gone. And that has been life-changing. And so when I started to notice I didn't need my Coke and I could get out of bed in the morning without my kids coming to bring me a Diet Coke to get out of bed, I chose to share to get my products covered. As a mom of 10, I think any mom or anyone, kind of that guilt creeps in of spending money on ourselves. And so I knew if I didn't get these covered, then there was no way that I would continue to stay on them to see the full benefit. So I made a post, I started to share, I went silver pretty quickly, and this business has turned into something that I never could imagine. Last year, about this time, I was pregnant. Well, I just had my 10th baby. But a month before she was born, my husband was laid off. And that, when you're 8 months pregnant, almost 9 months pregnant with your 10th child, that's devastating and crippling. And we had no idea what we were going to do. My husband works in the medical field. He's a PA. So he found a job really, really quickly. But he took a $40,000 pay cut to do that. And for my family, that is big. And so at that time, my Plexus cash I was making as a senior gold ambassador paid for food for my children. I didn't have to hear my kids tell me they're hungry because I'm an avid, I have food storage and things like that, but I could go to the grocery store. We did not go into debt during that time. Over that 3-month period that he took that $40,000 pay cut, we were able to buy food for our kids without worry. And that was huge for us. Since then, I've been able to rank up higher, and I now make what my husband made full-time at Costco before he went back to PA school. As a stay-at-home mom at 10, in the crack of my life, in the little cracks of my life. And this business is real. When you look at that pay scale, you kind of go like, yeah, okay, they make that much money. No, it's real. And it's life-changing. And I'm excited because my Plexus cash, sorry, I have someone call me. My Plexus money is going to send my kids to Disneyland next February. So we are able to take our kids, all 10 of them, to Disneyland without saving for 4 years at a time. So we can do other things outside. I mean, I can not worry about braces or piano lessons, or if my kids want to play sports, that we have that opportunity because I chose to do this business to give my kids the life I feel like they deserve. I chose to have 10 kids. It's been the best decision I've ever made. It was right for me. But I also want them to experience what every other kid experiences, and they can do that because of Plexus. So it has just been a game changer for my family, for my health. I'm able to show up as their mom in a happy and healthy way. And the financial side has just been remarkable.
That is so amazing. I have goosebumps just listening to that. I don't know if I realized all of that about the timeline of your story, but I know to be able to give your kids the kind of life and the stability, like every parent wants that. And there are so many moms that are staying at home that just feel like, gosh, what can I do? Like there's nothing I can do. And there is something you can do. Network marketing is the most incredible industry that gives flexibility, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a working mom. And later on, we get to hear from a working mom. So thank you so much for opening up. So Laura is now what's called a Senior Ruby Ambassador. She's one rank away from one of our highest ranks in the company, where she'll make 6 figures, get an annual trip to Hawaii for 2. So you and your sweetheart can take a break from the 10 kids, and also a free Lexus. And it's absolutely incredible. A Senior Ruby Ambassador makes an average of $50,000 to $55,000 a year, which is a lot of money. That most people don't make that kind of money. So it really is incredible. Congratulations on that. So next we get to hear from another dear friend, Katie Tucker, who is here on this call. Katie's story is a little bit different. She actually had previous network marketing experience, and she can shed some light on that. If any of you listening to this call are like, yeah, I've tried that network marketing stuff and it doesn't work. I hated it. I had a horrible experience. Her story will be really great for you to hear. Katie, are you there?
Hi guys, I'm here. Okay, so I have been taking these products for 2 years, actually over 2 years now. And when I started them, I was in the middle of doing another business with a network marketing business. And it was a makeup business. I don't want to say the name of it, but I was already in the middle of doing that, and it seemed to be going well. I was moving a lot of product, and I had a lot of business, and a lot of people followed my page, and it just felt like things were going well. I was working pretty hard in that business. I had to buy a lot of product. I had to ship a lot of product. I had to buy a lot of supplies. And it was a lot of transactions, and it was just a lot of stuff that I had to do. And I did that business for over a year. And when tax season came around, my accountant told me that I actually had a loss. I had a loss in this business despite the movement of $20,000 worth of products. I sold $20,000 worth of products in that business and I made nothing. I came out with nothing and I was crushed, devastated. I was so sad because this business was really fun and lighthearted and it was cute and I liked it. It gave me something to do, you know. And the whole time I was doing this, my sponsor was like, you should really, you know, consider this. It's been a great blessing for me. And it's, you know, the company is so generous. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm already doing this. And so I finally decided to give it up. And it was really hard, even though it was so fun. But you know, I had seen such life-changing results with my Plexus as a, you know, for my health and my mental health especially, that I just decided that, you know, these products were super special and this company was special. I mean, I actually went silver the month after I started the products because I saw amazing results in the first month. So I did like one post on Facebook and I got 3 people really quick and I ranked silver and I was like, whoa, I just made $175. I have never made that much in my other business ever. And so I was amazed that I made that much. So when I finally decided to start the business, oh yes, well, yeah, Emily, do you want to explain that part? Because that is confusing. Because when
our compensation plan changed and we used to make $175 for signing up 3 people, but now we make $422 for signing up 3 people. So I just wanted to note that when we all went silver, it was $175. Now it's way more generous. And so it can really cover the cost of your products for almost 3 months, 4 months, depending on what you start with. So pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things I really love about Plexus as a business is they are crazy generous, you guys, insane generous. They give you bonuses for people you enroll. You get commission. You get incentives every month. They're usually giving out something for free if you enroll a certain amount of people. I have earned 2 iPads, an Apple Watch, a Bluetooth water bottle. I mean, the list goes on and on of all the things I've earned. And I've gone on multiple trips and retreats. And I'm only a Ruby. I have a lot more to go. But like the thing I love about Plexus is that they don't make this so unachievable. Anybody can earn this. You can earn trips as a silver. You can earn trips. You can earn incentives as a silver. I have lots of people who earned the iPad as a silver. The other thing I really love about this business is the coaching and the support of our community. We have some incredible coaches. These women, Brooke and Emily, they are amazing, and we are so blessed to even have them on this call with us, you guys. We have an incredible, the resources that these women provide us, that allows us to be successful. I love the sisterhood that we have. We are all like best friends, and it's like amazing how much love we have for each other. So I love sharing this business with people because I was like everybody else, was not looking for a business opportunity, had no interest in having a business. And I kept pushing it aside and pushing it aside. And I'm so glad that I finally decided to start sharing with people, because now we have actually built up a savings account, my husband and I, and that's really incredible. We have about $11,000 in our savings, which we have never ever had, and we've been married for 13 years, so that's never been something that we've ever been able to do. And so I love being able to contribute to our finances. That gives me so much self-esteem as a woman. It makes me feel really good that I can take care of our home and our kids. I don't have to sacrifice time with them. And yet I'm able to go, every paycheck I get, guys, I take a screenshot and I'm like, babe, look what I did it this month. And every month he's like, great job. Thank you so much for contributing. And it just makes me feel so good. So it's so fun not to have to worry about money. So there's my little, yes.
That's amazing. And just to kind of outline like what an average Ruby makes in a month, the average income for a Ruby ambassador each month is about $2,900. There are a lot of people that work 40 or more hours a week that don't even make that kind of income in a month. So Katie is amazing. And I love your story of, going from something that you made $0 for an entire year to where you now have $11,000 in a savings account. That is incredible. And what she said about our community is so true. We are men and women that desire to have a significant impact on people's lives in a positive way, to help them with their mindset, to help them with their health, to help them with their wealth. This company is all about all of those things, and our community is there to support you every step of the way. So next I get to introduce my dear friend Emily. She is one of the very first people that caught the vision and caught the bug for sharing Plexus, because these products also really changed her life very early on, and she just loves to share things. So I'll let Emily share her story.
Hey guys, Emily Gibson here, and I've been with Plexus for 3.5 years, started with Brooke. I saw her post on Facebook, and her post gave me the answer to a problem in my life. And I want to point that out because you're on this call thinking along those lines. That's why you're here, is because you're wondering if this could be the answer to a problem in your life. And the answer is yes. It can be a problem it can be an answer to any health problems that you have, and it can be an answer to all of your financial problems that you have. The statistics show that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. We were one of those people in that statistic 3.5 years ago. My husband was working 3 different jobs, 6 days a week. He would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do paperwork for 3 hours. He's a doctor of physical therapy. And he would get up to do paperwork before the kids got up for school. And then he would go to work for 12 to 15 hours a day. And then he would come home and finish off as much paperwork as he could before midnight, 1 a.m. And then he'd go back to sleep for 5 or 6 hours. This was our life, never ending for 7 straight years. And that was exhausting. I felt like I was raising my kids by myself. At the time, they were 7, 5, 3, and 4 months old. And I was exhausted. My hair was falling out. I had mood issues. I didn't want to answer the door or the phone. I didn't feel like myself. I told people, I think I'm becoming an introvert in my 30s, and I am the most highly extroverted person you will ever meet. And I just didn't feel like I wanted to be around people. I remember saying, like, I don't like people. I don't like people. I love people. I am a people person. But this is what all of this stress and what having 4 babies in 7 years did to my body. And so Brooke posted about how it had helped her with some milk supply issues. And I thought, oh my gosh, maybe it could solve that problem in my life too. And so I started the products and told her, I will never do the business. Don't ask me to share. Not interested. And she said, that's fine. And then I said, and I need to know how to cancel now because I know this isn't going to work. So I was a huge skeptic, and I really want to paint that picture for you. I was looking for reasons to quit. The first week I did the products, I called her to quit, looking for a reason to quit. Not because the products weren't working, but because I didn't want to spend the money. And so I was looking for a reason for them not to work. And you might be someone in those same shoes, because when you are poor and you have $125,000 in debt, like we did, you feel like groceries are a burden. Anything that you have to spend money on continues that never-ending weight and fear of financial burden. And so when the products did start working for me, so much so that my family and my friends were saying, what are you doing? What is going on? And I was thinking, oh my gosh, it works. How am I going to pay for this? And so I decided I would start sharing Plexus on Facebook and calling and texting the people that I loved in my life. And very quickly, I was able to have my mom, my best friend, and my sister join with me. And by quickly, I mean I had to call my best friend for 2 weeks straight and beg her to start with me. And then she finally did it, but my mom and my sister jumped on right away. So if you're someone who feels like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever, you can still be wildly successful, because I had to work hard for my first 3 people too. But what I found is that as I was sharing my story with people, so many of my friends were coming out of the shadows and they were saying, oh my gosh, I didn't want to say anything, but because you're sharing your story and you are normalizing how you are feeling, I feel more comfortable sharing my story. And so I started sharing with friends, and I thought, well, if I could just sign up, 2 or 3 people a month, then maybe I could cover the cost of my products for 6 months, and then I'll figure out what to do after that. And that was the type of scarcity that we lived in. I couldn't see beyond 6 months. So I was just thinking, like, if I can just figure out how to pay for this for 6 months, then I'll worry about the rest of it later. And you guys, 3.5 years later, not only are we completely debt free, we paid off $125,000 in debt in 18 months, but our first home that we bought is now a rental property, and we were able to buy we were to buy our dream house and then remodel it in cash before we moved into it. I want to cry saying that out loud, because I couldn't even imagine having enough money to pay for my products for 6 months when I started, and look at what this opportunity has given our life. My husband only works 3 days a week now. He's home for pancakes on Saturday. We've been able to take our family to Disneyland, which is something I had just given up on. I thought we'll just never be able to take our family because we didn't put things on credit cards other than tires, ER visits, groceries, and medical bills. That was all we used our credit cards for. And we had $30,000 in credit card debt from those essential things. So I think a lot of times people think, oh, credit card debt is just so frivolous. It's not frivolous. We were not frivolous with our credit cards, but we were living paycheck to paycheck and working so hard. And I remember thinking, we're going to get ahead. We're going to get ahead. Next month, we'll have extra money to get ahead. We would have never ever gotten ahead without this opportunity. We've been able to, like I said, my husband only works 3 days a week now. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he is able to spend the entire day with our kids, take them hiking, be able to work in the yard, do things that he enjoys, and also have his career. So I'm so grateful for all of that. And one of the things that I have loved the very most are the free trips that we earn each year with this company. Because I remember watching all of my friends, and I don't know if you guys can relate, but all of your friends who maybe are a little bit more well off than you, or maybe just the appearance that they're more well off than you, I would watch them go on their 10-year anniversary trip. That was like the big thing that was happening with all of my friends when we first started Plexus. And I remember being so happy for them that they got to do those things with their husband. And I thought, man, the only vacation we've ever taken together was our honeymoon. And we're never going to be able to afford to do anything else. And Plexus has blown that false story that I used to tell myself out of the water, because we have been to the Bahamas twice. We've been to Hawaii. I think this is our 4th trip now that we're going on this year. I've earned shopping sprees that, you guys, I've been honest with my husband about this. When I earned my first $3,000 shopping spree with Plexus, I love my husband so much. I just want to tell you this, but it was better than my wedding day. And a lot of you are going to be horrified. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that. You don't love shopping like I do. That's okay. That's fine. My wedding day was also amazing, but that shopping spree was so fun. $3,000 at Nordstrom to buy whatever I wanted. And then just last year, a $10,000 shopping spree. I mean, it's crazy to me that just by sharing these products and changing the lives of the people around us, we can have these benefits. And so you really can have all of your dreams come true with something as crazy as network marketing, because I would have never thought that anyone would have listened to me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I used to be a school teacher. I had 4 kids, and I remember looking at Brooke thinking, well, she's a nurse. I wish I was a nurse so people would listen to me. You guys, you're more powerful than you think you are. Your love for others is stronger than you think it is. And you really can change your life by deciding that what you're settling for right now is not good enough for your dreams.
I love, 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 love that. And I know some of you are sitting here on this call and you're thinking, well, they're just special. Like they're just, Emily's an extrovert, Brooke's a nurse. They're just special. We have 15 other jewels in my organization, and a jewel makes an average of 9,000 up to 35,000 plus in a year. So a diamond ambassador makes an average of $35,000 in a year, and that is in a month. In a month, and that's where Emily is. So an average of between $9,000 and $35,000. We have 15 other of those. We also have dozens and dozens of rubies and senior rubies, which I've shared. So we are not just the few lucky ones. And this year we are slated in our organization to double that number. And so every single month, every single year we grow and more people become successful. And I'm really excited to introduce one of my friends from growing up, Janelle Mathieson. She is actually a full-time school teacher, still working full-time. She's a Ruby ambassador, approaching senior Ruby, which is an average of $4,600 a month. I would venture to say that that's probably about what she makes as a school teacher, although I don't know. And she's going to share a little bit about her story.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Like Brooke said, my name is Janelle Mathieson and I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus. Like everyone else on the call, I started the products because I wanted to feel better and I wanted the products as cheap as possible. My husband is also a school teacher, and so, I mean, we weren't struggling, but we certainly weren't taking luxurious trips and things like that. So I wanted the cheapest price possible for the products. And I said to Brooke, I'm not going to share. I just want to have energy to get through the school day and home. I want to sleep at night, and I need to go to the bathroom more than once a week. Like, that's what I want. That's it. And so even when she invited me to like Zoom calls like this at the beginning, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And obviously over the course of time, I changed my mind. And I think what really intrigued me to start sharing is I was putting a post up on Facebook for like some crappy dessert that was horrible for people, tasted good, but was horrible for people. And I had started the products. I was feeling better. I had energy. I was sleeping. I was starting to go to the bathroom more. It was probably about a month on the products. And I just remember sitting at my kitchen table like, why am I sharing this? This is horrible. I have something amazing that's helping me feel better. Why am I not sharing that? And it was fear. And so I did my first post about Plexus, immediately deleted it because my heart started beating fast because I was afraid of what people were going to think. And then I thought, no, I'm going to do it. So I put it back out there, closed out of Facebook real quick because I didn't want to see what people were saying, went outside to read, and my messenger on my phone immediately, probably 20 minutes after I put my initial post up, started going off. And I was shocked at the people reaching out to me, wanting to know more, because they were just spewing like, I'm struggling with this, this, and this. Can it help? I'm struggling with this. And I was like, I didn't know these people were suffering. So for me, I will remember that day forever. That's what happens when you start sharing something that's helping you and that's amazing. People that are struggling in silence that you never would have thought of come out of the woodwork, and they want help. I was one of those people. I eat healthy. I exercise 6 days a week. I was drinking the water, but I was still struggling. And so for me, that's why I started sharing. And I was scared. But like other people have said, our support system on here is amazing. I'm not a nurse. I'm not an extrovert like Emily. I'm a school teacher that just wanted to feel better and wanted to help other people. And our support system is amazing. If I don't know the answer to a question, I can find it. I can do the research myself. I can ask our team. I can find the answer. And I've learned that it's okay to tell people, I'm not sure, but I'll find out and get back to you. It's that easy. And then you help people. You just get everyone in your life feeling better. And then I got my first paycheck. I didn't even know why. I think I had to ask, like, why am I getting this? What is this for? And then once I finally figured out the compensation plan, I started to do kind of like Emily was saying, I couldn't see past 6 months. I started to dream a little bit and think, I have 2 kids. 2 kids are expensive. They're coming into their teenage years, they're going to start driving, and then college and braces and select sports and car insurance and all of the things. And I can tell you the extra financial blessing that this company has given our family is amazing. You know, my husband's truck last month went in $1,600 worth of improvements needed to be made on his truck. And 3 years ago, that would have set us back a few months. I was just able to pay for it without even really having to think about it. And it was just nice to have that so that I didn't have to think about it and stress and then save and worry about it for months on end. So for me, just the whole sharing, and although I was scared, like I can't imagine not doing it now. I can't imagine not helping people. I can't imagine not providing more for my family. It's just a blessing. And I'm able to see the bigger picture. And by the end of this next year, I will be making more as an Emerald Ambassador when I reach that rank at the end of this year than I am as a teacher. And my ultimate goal is in the next few years to stop teaching way earlier than I ever planned on it. So that's my story.
That is so awesome. And to be able to make more memories with your family, because your kids are growing up, you know, they're in the teenage years. And I think you just start to realize that, you know, time passes by, and once it's gone, it's gone. And as a mother or a father, you want those memories. So I love that. I know that you're going to be an Emerald Ambassador in this next 12 months, and that excites me so much. Like I said, our team is growing rapidly. And before we end, I just want to wrap up with a few other things that really make our business, our compensation, and our company different than other companies. Listen, I love the entire profession of network marketing, but I obviously love Plexus the most. I can't imagine doing this with any other company. I would never want to build in any other company. One of the things that I love that Katie kind of mentioned is that in her company, she had to stock product. We have no stocking of product. We have no monthly minimums. We don't have to host parties 2, 3, 4, 5 nights a week. You don't have to host any parties if you don't want to. We don't pay to ship products to people. People go to your website, they order products, and they're shipped from the company. You don't have to worry about that. This month, we even have free shipping on Welcome Pack. So when people join and get their Welcome Pack, they get free shipping. We get paid 5 times a month. 5 times a month, every Friday, and then once a month for commission paychecks. So 5 paychecks every single month. Raise your hand if you've gotten 5 paychecks in a month. It's really, really nice. We also have free training. That's not the norm in every single company. Tons of free training, free support, free resources, and we have something called One Plexus. We learn from the very best of the best, and we share what we know. There's no drama, there's no competition, there's none of that. We open our doors, we train, and we love on our people, and we help people to be successful. The other thing that I love is that we have a product that is easy to share. People have already mentioned this. We have a health product. Everybody needs better health. Like Katie said, it was fun to do makeup. It might be fun to do jewelry or fun to do some kind of clothing, things like that. Those things are fun, but those things don't fundamentally change somebody's life. When you change somebody's health and you bring them back to life to where they actually want to be an active participant in their life, or they decrease their meds, or they lose weight and they've never been able to lose weight before in their life, that is life changing. And that is why we are so passionate about what we do, because it's like we hit the lottery. We hit the lottery with the products. We hit the lottery with the compensation plan. Our company is not a fly-by-night company. We have been in business for 11 years. We are a debt-free company. We're ranked number 30 in the top 100 by the direct selling in the direct selling industry. So we are very well respected. We've been featured 3 times in Success from Home magazine. We are a company that people are jealous of. They want to be like Plexus. We are setting the trend. And our compensation, when you put it next to other compensation plans, is incredibly generous. Like Katie mentioned, almost every single month, actually every single month for, I don't know, the last year that I can remember, there has been extra incentives, extra contests, fun things that you could earn, the trips that they talk about. We are a company that does profit sharing. And so we are a company that spreads that wealth out. We want to bless the lives of ambassadors and put the money back into ambassadors' pockets. We don't have a lot of gotchas at all. Actually, we don't have any in our compensation plan. If you decide you want to work hard and you decide you want to be at the top of the company, there is nothing that can hold you back. You can pass up your sponsor. You can do whatever you want to do. You can sponsor your husband underneath you, and your husband can also have a thriving business. Once you reach the top, you can re-enter and build another thriving business. There is no ceiling on Plexus. That's what I want you to understand. There is no ceiling, like Emily said, on your dream. And Plexus, for every single person here that has shared their story tonight, has helped to open up people's dreams. It's helped them to dream bigger, help them to see a greater purpose. Every single person that shared their story also gives generously. When you have more, you can give more. When you're healthier, you can give more. And Plexus is all about health and happiness. And we feel so blessed by this opportunity. If you are at all the least bit curious, I challenge you to just jump in. Stop standing at the edge, jump in, push go, stop analyzing, start doing. Because as you start acting, you're going to start to see lives change, and it's going to inspire you so, so much. And it's going to get you going more and more and more. This month in particular, we want to encourage you to join. When you join, you'll receive 3 codes. Those 3 codes can be used to bless 3 other people you know to give them a free membership. And so when you join this month, Plexus is helping to set you up to go what's called silver, to earn that $422 that Emily mentioned. They're giving you 3 free codes to pass on. My first 3 ambassadors were my mom, my sister-in-law, and my cousin. And it was so easy because we all know 3 people that are struggling with health, energy, mood, weight, or other health conditions. Guys, this is the most amazing company. Everybody in the comments is like, yes, jump in, do it, do it, do it. And so we just want to thank you so much for showing up tonight, for hearing our stories. We want to encourage you to share this with other people you know and love. And we want to encourage you to get off the fence and to jump in. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we look forward to seeing what you create for your future.
Bye, guys.